It's okay. Ashley and her family thought I was gay when we first met.
Well, it made me heavily question myself because it was like, well, am I? Because I was a fucking kid. I didn't fucking know.
Which is hilarious because her whole family's like, "Are you gay?" Meanwhile, that same day, I'm just railing her on her fucking parents' couch.
Oh, I had a friend named Eric. This motherfucker went back and forth between being hornier than you
It's an accomplishment.
and going all hardcore back to religion because he came from a super religious family. I'm in the South, shocker, right? But he go back and forth between fucking trying his best to see how many times in one day he can get it with his girl every day, and I'm swearing off until marriage, yada 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 bullshit. It was usually whenever him and that girl he was with for so long broke up. They'd break up every 6 months or so, and then get back together another month or two later. And every time they broke up, he'd be back to, I'm gonna be celibate until marriage. And I'm like, motherfucker, that ship has sailed. And
Oh, we found the dope. Holy shit.
What? What
But,
you saying holy shit about?
motherfucker, use your words.
What?
You said holy shit. Why'd you say holy shit?
I said, holy shit, we found the good room.
All we heard was, holy shit, we found the, and then nothing. The man's running on a 1-core processor mentally, so he can only have one active task in there at a time.
Well, where's your bitch ass at?
See?
We're gonna leave at 10.
But anyways, back to the story. The reason I bring him up, and I don't know why it popped in my head about this, I think because of what you're saying with them. So the girl he was with, her dad was big, biker, terrifying motherfucker. He purposely showed Eric a video of some meth head just absolutely blazed out of his mind on drugs that was harassing him and his family, and dude threw one punch, hit the ear on the side of the dude's head, and the ear exploded. Like, it just turned into a cloud of pink mist from this dude's fist. And this dude told my friend, he goes, if I ever find out or catch you, I mean, even just finding out he was going to do it, and especially his favorite threat was, if I ever catch you having sex with my daughter, I'm going to pull her out through you. And the scary part is, we all believed he'd be able to fucking do it. Eric, one night, they were sitting in the living room. It was the dad, his girlfriend, and him. They were watching TV together as a nice little unit. He fell asleep. He decided, this is a good time to have sex with his daughter on the couch next to him.
Dumbasses.
I, to this day, have no idea how his ass never got fucking caught.
Well, if you got a small dick, you don't do that big of a stroke. You're really not making much.
I would love to make that joke, but no. He was one of those guys that could make Ron Jeremy blush. People be like, "Oh, you looked at it?" I'm like, if he wore shorts, there was a third thing swinging between those legs. Like, we used to have a little 3-foot deep pool behind our house, and we'd go swimming. And if that man put swim trunks on, just him walking, you couldn't help but notice the tree trunk.
Eat a hammer.
Fucking baby's arm holding an apple down there. God damn. There were several women who said no because it was too big.
I told Ashley I wished it was bigger, and she was like, "Why?" I'm like, "Why not?" She's like, "We would not be having sex."
God damn, you ever seen fucking Girth Master?
Yeah.
Son of a fucking bitch.
How do people fit it in?
I don't want to know.
No, the
Elasticity.
craziest one when Girth Master went on Tiny 4K. And it was like some 4'7" girl.
Oh,
I'm like, that ma'am, it's you. It is the size of you.
so that's those ones where you're not even like watching it to enjoy it. It's more of a spectacle, but also you're just feeling bad for her. Like, almost goes father, like, girl, you can do better in your life. You don't need to destroy yourself.
Extraction.
Yeah, I may not make it there alive, but I'm gonna try.
Aren't you on Sevagoth?
Yeah. What's that have to do with anything?
Bling. Just murder everything.
Well, I'm trying. Energy is a bit of an issue currently. I'm gonna survive. I made it. I'm at 993 health. We're good. I was down to 6 before I started that run. 6 health. Single digits.
And I have not had energy issues with mine, with my Sevagoth, when I've been running them.
I wasn't having a
Oh,
lot of energy issues. It was just actually getting everything to die at that point. I'm good. I'm alright. Survived.
hmm.
Just leveled up. I need to. I think that was the last form I have to put in my Savagoth.
Nice.
And so now once he gets 30, I'm done. And I may have to put one more in my Burglass. Probably gonna have to put one more in my Burglass. So I think I'm missing. What am I missing? Serration. I wonder why amalgam duration is not an option on this. Oh well.
All right, I'm gonna call it a night because quite frankly, I gotta take my kid to fucking ballet in the morning. I am so tired of waking up early because my kids got shit.
Heard? Well, it was fun. Thanks for taking me with you.
Thanks for the help.
No problem. Guess it's better than a rando at least.
Maybe.
Maybe. Damn.
Damn, dog.
I just
Wow.
fucking around.
Man, going for that
Ugh.
fucking jugular.
I guess depends on the rando.
Oh god. So at some point this weekend, Dad, we need to go find I think it's Sticky. Was one of the Destiny streamers. You know the little clip of the mom, dad, and the kid running GMs?
No.
So there's a video like a family that rolls around and their 5-year-old is running fucking GMs with them. And it's just the whole like TikTok thing's called Saga of Little Light, and her name in game is Little Light. Well, they're taking her through a raid this weekend. Should be interesting. Watch a 5-year-old run through the raid. I was like, Lily, do you want you want to play games with Daddy like this? And she immediately turned at me and went, "No." I'm like, you asshole. Because Ashley's like, "Oh, that would be cute, but you know." Lily didn't have a computer, and I stood up. She goes, "No, no, no. We can fix that. I don't need this. I don't need this mini fridge in my office. I can move it."
How old is she now?
5.
Fucking hell, we're getting old.
Yes.
And before
Are y'all?
anyone in chat tries, motherfucker just goes offline.
I didn't even go offline. Oh, I
Huh?
did. I guess I did. I hit the end button. Or did I?
I don't know.
Why is
Check
this?
your webcam.
No, my webcam's good. I'm trying to figure out how my YouTube stream's still going though.
Oh no, my favorite will always be, do you remember that night where you shut your computer down and then your stream came back up?
Oh yeah.
I remember I went back and looked at the next day of you groggily walking in with the lights still off, no shirt on, and fucking killing the stream.
That was weird.
Legit, he turned his computer off and then he had raided out to somebody, turned his computer off. And then at some point later, I happened to be on Twitch and I noticed he was still live. I was like, what the fuck? Clicked on it and it's just fucking sitting it. It's just his camera on in the room with fucking lights off.
Yeah, it was weird. It was real weird. I didn't like it. Anyway, I'm gonna go to bed. Y'all have a good night.
Later, man. You too.
While Dad finishes his lubes.
Switching.
Yeah. Night.
Later. Stevagoth is a pretty damn good nuke. Did you leave too?
No, I'm still here.
Oh, okay.
My
I was
hands
like,
are too
damn,
fucking looby right now to touch anything.
I was like, I'm talking to myself.
Tell you this, my fingers are fucking killing me.
Yeah, holding on to little bitty switches over and over and over.
It's more when I'm popping them because I got to press down, and these things are not exactly, they're not like super sharp on the corners, but it's like, it's not like soft rounded corners, and so it's like, it's not bad the first 20 times you do it. By the time you're hitting this point, it's like, my fingers are fucking killing me.
Yeah. I thought you were talking about they're like getting, the muscles are getting sore in them.
No, I can do shit like this for way too long. I have issues with fine motor control stuff because I have, to be fair, we don't know. My daughter's giving up trying to figure out what the fuck it is. But like, oh, so I can demonstrate with. This might do it. Yeah. That shaking in the hand.
Hold on just a second. Yeah.
Oh, I try and control it. Kind of stop it. It's funny. I don't shake when like my hand's not active. Some of my fingers a little bit. Certain actions that are little fine motor control stuff I have problems with. My grandfather had Parkinson's, so could be some type of early onset Parkinson's, but I don't have any other signs or symptoms of it, so not a fucking clue. But what's weird though is for the fact that I have that, it's oddly enough, like when it comes to fine work like this stuff, I can go for a very, very fucking long time without muscle fatigue in my hands.
Huh.
Best guess on that would be because of the fact that they're constantly twitching and all that kind of shit. It's like my muscles have consistently gotten to work out for a very long time now. So they got stamina for days.
How long's it done it?
About 15 years now.
Oh shit. That is, that would have been 22. That's, yeah, that's pretty damn young.
As I said, not a clue why. It's never progressed and gotten worse. It's same as it's pretty much always been. So, not a freaking clue why or what causes it. I'm not too worried about it at this point. Because I, years back, did 23andMe and eventually paid for the upgrade to get the health stuff, which I was terrified to do because my grandmother had Alzheimer's, and Alzheimer's skips a generation usually. And sure as shit, I got both copies of the gene, so I got one from my mom and one from my dad. Woohoo!
Damn.
Which puts me at a 50-50 shot of having Alzheimer's by the time I'm 60, I think it is.
My granddad had Alzheimer's. It's fucking terrible watching them go through it.
Oh yeah, my entire childhood. We live in my grandfather's house, and so like I was babysitting my grandmother when I was like 6, 7 years old. It's never for long. It was always like morning. My mom would have to leave earlier for some reason, or the babysitter we had for her wouldn't show up in time or something like that. So it was never long that I was by myself with her that young, but by the time I was a teen, yeah, it was common.
Yeah, the only I hesitate to even say cool thing, but the only positive thing when my granddad got Alzheimer's was that he thought that I was one of his friends from when he was a teenager. So he would call and leave me really good voicemails, wanting me to come, no one else is picking up, want me to come pick him up. We can go to the bar, go run the roads, look for ladies. He, you know, well, he used to ride a Harley when he was younger. I had a bike at the time. I've had Harleys for years, but he'd talk about going riding on the bikes, and so in his mind, I was one of his teenage friends, which is kind of cool, He didn't forget who I was. He just forgot the time period.
I have sadly had to go through taking care of 2 different people as they slowly pass away. My grandmother, but most of that my grandfather shielded us from. Sure, we had to watch her and shit like when he was at work, but he took care of everything, especially when she had to go into diapers and shit like that, and all the care like that. He took care of 100%. Man was the very definition of until death do us part, in sickness and in health. But once he got cancer, he had skin cancer. Yep, that was us this time. My mom had to be the one pretty much to do all that, and as I pointed out earlier, the behind me is a wall, and that wall on the other side is where my room is, and it's not a thick wall. I did not sleep much during those days.
Just hearing a lot.
Well, it'd be like I don't know why, but his fucking sleep schedule got flipped. So he'd be up all night and he'd need something, so he'd be yelling for my mom, and she's clear the other side of the house and couldn't hear him, and so she would be awake most of the night because needing to help him. I'd be awake because it's kind of hard to, sleep when all that's happening.
Yeah, makes sense.
I'll never forget the day he died. Got home, laid down, didn't even change out of my work clothes. I was still fucking in my uniform. This is back when I was in security. Passed out, and I kind of like shot awake, and I'm like, shit, how long have I been asleep? Look, it's like 2 a.m. I get up and I go check on him because fuck, how did I sleep without getting woken up by him yelling at some point? Check on him, he's asleep in bed. Between dealing with the cancer shit as well as all of this had kind of started with him having a few seizures. We thought it was stroke the first time, but it turned out to be seizures. And so we all got very, very good at checking from the doorway whether he was still breathing while in bed. But I came, checked, he was still breathing, just actually sleeping for once. I was like, fuck me, I might get a night's sleep. Fucking went and lay back down, passed out, and then got woken up by my sister. She was opening the front door to get ready for the paramedics, telling me that he had stopped breathing. And I'll tell you what, dude, it is the most surreal experience to get woken up like that. I remember walking into the kitchen like, am I still asleep? Is this just a dream? Is this just one of those really fucked up dreams? Because especially when I walked around into the room and my mom's over him doing CPR, or I don't want to say doing CPR, attempting something that vaguely looked like CPR since she had no training on CPR. I did, but again, it was that whole situation of like I looked and I walked back out into the kitchen like that's not happening, right? Like I'm asleep still, and it was at that point the fucking giant ass paramedics we have in our area walked in. To be fair, the CPR would have done nothing. He was pretty much gone by that point.
Right. Dude, my grandmother, I was at the hospital when when her heart stopped and she started slipping, and we had a DNR, and my aunts wanted them to revive her, which I don't know why that was even a thing, because that shouldn't be happening. If someone has a DNR, even if someone else has the power of attorney, you're not supposed to be able to override that. But seeing them do CPR, it is the most violent thing.
Oh yeah.
Real CPR is nothing like what they show in the movies. It is violent.
Yeah, when I was in security, the site I was at, the company I was contracted to required all security personnel for the site to have training in CPR. And they tell you like if you're fucking the person up, like there's no two ways about it. You're most likely going to break at least a couple ribs, if not more, and they're not going to feel good. They're going to feel like somebody was fucking tap dancing on their chest. Well, let me rephrase that. They're going to feel like an elephant was tap dancing on their chest when they wake up, if you're doing it right. But I'll never forget, my instructor said it the best. He said, broken ribs and bruised chest is better than dead.
Yeah. I mean, after after my accident, when they had to do the surgery, they had to put what's called a double lumen tube down. So because they were going in and I had a collapsed lung, they put in a double lumen tube, which essentially puts a tube into each lung so they can fill up the lungs independently. So they're working on my collapsed lung. They can keep working, keep inflating the right lung. When they need to start trying to fill the left lung to check something, they can, fill just that lung. Anyway, they broke one of my teeth. And I was talking to, this is afterwards, a couple months afterwards, and I was talking about, making an appointment to get my tooth fixed. And one of my servers that's what he was in school for, was like respiratory therapy or whatever. And I was like, yeah, they broke my tooth. He's like, but they kept you alive. I was like, well, I mean, yeah, but he's like, when you got to get a tube in, so someone can get oxygen, a broken tooth is the least of your worries. He's like, I'll break all your teeth. I was like, fuck you.
It's like with clothes and shit. It's like people are always like, don't cut my clothes. And it's like, motherfucker, would you rather live or worry about a little fucking blood? I mean, more than likely, if you're in that situation, there's already blood on your shit and it's already probably ruined.
Oh yeah, they fucked my clothes up. They cut off fucking $80 pair of jeans, cut my belt. I'm like, they could have undone the belt. Nope, they cut that bitch. They cut all my clothes off. You know, it's funny. I've always been like really self-conscious, but at least while I was in the hospital, I didn't give a shit. Like all those pain meds will give you hot flashes. I'd lay there with my big ass stomach hanging out in a heartbeat.
I'll never forget. So there was one night. I'm just gonna tell you how it went. And I'm gonna see if you can guess what was wrong with me, because the hospital couldn't figure it out. We eventually figured out what was wrong that night, but I spent the whole night fucking dry heaving, stomach pains, and these massive bouts of nausea. It was horrendous. I spent the whole night doing that, and once my sister woke up, I was like, dude, it's not stopping. I'm dry heaving. I think we need to go to the hospital at this point. So we go to the hospital, and the first thing they want to do is check for kidney stones, because symptoms match kidney stones a lot, especially with where the pain was. But I had no ability to pee. So they pump shit ton of saline into me to eventually get to the point where I could pee. I pee. And I'll never forget, like when we first got there, the nurse we had, short little girl, was very, just for lack of a better term, a hard ass, but one of those people who's sincere and definitely wants to help, but also takes zero fucking shit and has a permanent scowl on their face. I'll tell you this, that shit went away well before we left, but for a lot of reasons, not just one I'm gonna tell you. I'll never forget, so it took the nausea medicine they give to cancer patients on chemo to get my nausea to come down. It took the initial dose of morphine, and then after the actual doctor came in and did a sonogram of my kidneys, where the motherfucker decided, you know, I'm a big guy. He's like, all right, while I'm here, I'm gonna check your heart for you. I was fucking terrified the moment he went to do that. I'm like, God, I don't want you to tell me I'm fucked. Turns out my heart was actually fine, which kind of surprised the shit out of me, if I'm honest. We did CT scans and all the shit. They never found anything wrong. But the funniest thing was, before all the scans and shit started, there was, I don't remember what they're called. It's like the doctor who's around, but not the main doctor who does your shit at the hospital, but just the one who's on the floor or whatever. And he comes in and he hears my symptoms, you know, already sees the results, no kidney stones. His decision is, I think it's testicular torsion. Zero signs of anything wrong with my testes, but he's convinced it's testicular torsion. So my sister was barely able to get out of the room before he throws the fucking sheet back and in front of both nurses, including that short nurse was also extremely attractive, just fucking fondling my junk in a cold hospital where I'm in a gown. So of course, you know, the oldie chap has shriveled up, hiding from the cold, but just grabs my nuts and starts fucking yanking and going to town. And I'm just staring at the ceiling like wide-eyed, like, the fuck? When you make even the nurses uncomfortable with your actions, it's like, man, you need to reevaluate your bedside fucking manners.
Damn.
But no, eventually they sent me home because my symptoms kind of abated, but no idea what it was. The hospital didn't. I now know what it was, but could you guess what it was?
What were the symptoms again?
I had been throwing up and then eventually dry heaving. A little bit of hot and cold spells, not too bad. And then severe nausea and some pain. Mostly my abdomen area.
Okay, so initially, when you were telling me that, I was thinking appendix, but
Appendix
now,
and kidneys were both checked the whole time. I'll tell you that much.
yes. So now that I know that you didn't have surgery, I'm thinking stomach ulcers.
Nope. The hint was in the 2 giant bags of saline they had to pump into me.
What, you were dehydrated?
Severe dehydration. As in, like, life-threatening levels of dehydration.
Oh.
You might be asking, how did I not realize that I was that low on liquids? I've never been able to find research on this or anyone talking about it. I don't know if I'm just fucking weird. I mean, I know I'm fucking weird. And the tism gives that away. I don't feel thirsty ever. I don't have that response of, like, you know, these days, I remember when I was a kid, it used to be, you know, you need to drink X amount or X glasses of water a day, right? These days, most medical professionals tell you, just listen to your body. When your body tells you you need to drink, drink then. That doesn't work for me. I never have a feeling of my body going, oh, you're thirsty, you need to drink. I've had to learn how to kind of pay attention to other stuff. How to do a skin test check, because as you get dehydrated, the elasticity goes down in your skin. Paying attention to, like, my mouth and how my mouth feels and stuff. But Reaper will get onto me occasionally because of it, because like, I'll sit there, I'll be like, oh shit, I need to go grab a beverage. I haven't had anything to drink in like a day and a half.
Damn.
I'm fine these days, especially because I work from home now. Like, I keep this big bastard filled at all times. But, like, there are days I'll forget to touch this. Like, this is sat filled with water for 2 days before.
I drink a lot. It's just I don't drink a lot of water. That's the unfortunate part of having a job where you have pretty much unlimited soda, tea, lemonade, whatever you want, you know?
Well, I mean, as long as you're staying under your daily caloric needs, it doesn't really matter what you're drinking, because guess what the primary ingredient in all those is?
Sugar.
Water.
Well, yeah, but there's a shit ton of sugar, and I drink a lot of it. So, uh,
Just switch to diet.
diet's disgusting, man.
Have you tried zero? Not diet, but the zero ones.
Yeah, Coke Zero tastes like it's got cinnamon.
Try Dr. Pepper Zero.
Well, yeah, we don't have all that on tap.
I mean, I've cut sugar almost entirely out of my diet, but that's less for dietary issues and more because I've had issues with the Adderall and sugar. Apparently, Adderall can fuck with the insulin response or some shit, and so I was getting a lot of diabetic type symptoms. So I mean, to be fair, because of trying to lose weight, I'd already long since cut out most of my sugar, which is why, like, when I found, I think it's Gold Peak's sugar-free tea, that's fucking the happy Southern boy right there. It's been years since I'd had tea consistently. Big thing I drink a lot of, and this is honestly, I hate the bottles because, you know, plastic waste shit, but these are what keeps me from having other issues, because, like, I'll stop by the fridge. It's become almost habitual to almost every time I walk by the fridge, just open it up, you know, check for a snack or something. And because these are right in the door, I'll just grab one almost as a fucking reflex and then sit down and start drinking it. I've literally had to fucking train my body with habits so I don't run into another issue of that severe dehydration. Yeah, even after the 2 bags of saline, I was still dehydrated. Oh, and back to that story a little bit. I never explained entirely why all the nurses loved me by the time we left. So while the doctor was doing the sonogram of my kidneys and, you know, all that shit in my abdomen and then in my heart, he put in an order, because I was still in a lot of pain. He put in another order for morphine. And the nurse pops her head into the room I'm in and goes, "Are you sure?" And when a nurse takes that tone with a doctor in front of the patient, you as the patient kind of go, "I'm sorry, what?" He gave me a giant dose of morphine. So big, in fact, that, now remember, I had been up all night, right? So I'm tired. At this point, you know, I'm now the nausea's gone because of the nausea meds, pain's gone because of the morphine. So I finally start to fall asleep while we're waiting for tests and stuff. And then as I'd fall asleep, I'd get woken back up. I would be getting woken back up by the low oxygen alarm because I had such a high dose of opioids, I would stop breathing as soon as I fell asleep.
Damn.
Yeah, I'd wake up and I'd look over at my sister and she'd just have this fucking scared look on her face. Because literally she's sitting there watching, and every time I'd fall asleep, I'd stop breathing, and then I'd get woken up by the low oxygen alarm, and I'd, you know, kind of wake back up and start breathing again.
Yeah, that's definitely not ideal, man.
Eh. But when they came and got me to take me to get my CT, they came and grabbed the bed and just wheeled me to the room for the CT. And the nurse or orderly or whoever it was that came and got me, they did not go slow through the hallways with me. Like, I felt fucking wind in my hair. We were moving so goddamn fast. So my very, very high, doped up on fucking morphine brain decided as we're going along to start going choo choo, chugga 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 chugga, and quite loudly. All of the fucking nurses in the area just fucking lost their shit dying laughing. And then once we came back, I did the same shit again. And they were fucking waiting for it.
Did you say you could feel the wind in your hair?
I had hair at the time, all right, motherfucker?
How many of these Crimson Shards did you tell me to put in Sevagoth?
I have 2 Tau Forged. Essentially, the amount doesn't matter. All you're looking for is to be around 250 power. So I'm at like 240 something. Too much lower than that, and it's going to take a lot of kills to build up the strength before it's going to be working at full power. Because it's 250 is what you want. 250 is kind of where it starts to get good.
Well, I knew that I had some Talford shards somewhere. I forgot a couple of days ago. I put all of them in Bolt. I have fucking 4 Talford stability strengths in Bolt. So I'm gonna take a couple of those, or at least one.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be exactly 240. Like I said, you're just trying to get to as close to 250 as you have the materials for. And then, so I run 2 Tau Forged Crimson in ability strength. I run 1 Tau Forged Amber for casting speed. And then I think the other 2 are both energy, if I remember correctly. The blue ones for energy.
Talforged on those also.
Yeah.
I have fucking 9 Talforged Amber shards.
I don't have a lot because I use a lot of them for casting speed on certain frames. But the blues are what I have a shit ton of.
Well, yeah, those are just my Talforged. I have quite a few shards. But Crimson is what I need more of, probably. I think that's what everyone needs more of, to be fair. That's why I went ahead and bought that one from Bird.
Oh, I buy birds every week. I buy birds. I do my Elite Deep Archimedia, Netrocells, Archon Hunt.
You said you have 2 reds.
One amber, one, and then 2 blue. But honestly, the only ones that are necessary are those those reds for the ability strength. From there, everything else is kind of to taste. You could do parkour stuff to, you know, to make, get him moving a little bit faster. I definitely like the energy ones since we're not running prime flow or anything like that for energy economy. I found that having those 2 Tau Forged blues as energy makes it feel a lot better.
Yeah, the parkour is pretty smart though.
But again, like I said, the only thing for the build's necessity is just the strength ones. Everything else is to taste.
Do I want 75 energy? You know what? I feel like I would rather have the parkour velocity. I can always change it. But I wouldn't mind being able to move around just a little better. Okay. Appreciate you mentioning the parkour.
Mm-hmm.
So you have the verglass set up for viral and heat.
Yeah. I mean, I actually have it set up for multiple. That build's just the main build. Then I have, on all the stuff that it has any of my modern builds, I'll have multiple elements set up on them.
So there's companion weapon mods. Are there regular companion mods? Or the companion weapon is what you're saying will get you over 50% with the ribbon?
Yeah, companion weapon ribbon. So you have to get a verglass ribbon. Which before Sevagoth dropped for like 60 plat to get just a shitty one that you could re-roll yourself. Now it's like 600 plat for any of them, period.
Yeah, I only had one of them to roll. I got a death machine. Damn. Where do you even get companion mods?
Cephalon Samaris, 100,000 of his rep.
For one?
Yep.
Ugh. I've got 2 other things.
There's also, it's not there every time. It's because it's rotations, but oh fuck, who is it? I looked it up the other day. I don't fucking remember, but there is another person you can get them from. Yeah, I take that back. They're now up to 750 for a shit verglass ribbon.
Fuck all that. Oh, by the way, you were talking about you've been running the Stalta.
Uh-huh.
I have a Stalta ribbon that is plus 86.5 multi-shot, 89 force status stance, 61% fire rate, negative 44 zoom.
Nice.
It's decent at least. I need to get rid of some of these ribbons. I don't need the Tigress. Probably don't need the Thibodeau. Sylvanagus. And the Pupsist. Are there any ribbons you're looking for?
Not that I know off the top of my head. Oh, there is shit. I don't remember what I need them for. There's a couple ones I'm somewhat looking for, but I'm not that. I am not. It's for profit taker farming, so I'm not in a big hurry to finish that build.
I'm just making sure just in case I pop it if you need it. I won't transmute it. Didn't even look at what Nightwave was today. Well, apparently I did it though. I love that the last Nightwave went like 7 months, and this one's going like 2.5 months. Maybe 3 if you want to be generous.
You know what I love?
What?
What do you see a lack of right here?
Oh, you're done. Nice. My laptop's over to my right, so
Well, I'm sort of done. There technically still is a few over here, but I should not, even with spares, need those. So we're gonna hold off on those because my fingers can't fucking take it. So we're done with all but 15.
So does that mean you can put your keyboard together now?
Yeah.
Or is that harder than it sounds?
No. This compared to what I just did, this will go pretty quick.
Oh. Make sure you clean all the lube off your hands. That sounded worse than I meant for it to sound. I really just meant, I'm sure you don't want that all over your keycaps, is what I really meant by that.
Yeah. This is a really weird thing. This comes from all the Gunpla model kits I build. This is pure isopropyl alcohol.
Gotcha.
One of the best things the world's having when you're working with shit like this, anything like paints, all that kind of shit, having isopropyl alcohol in a spray bottle. It's fucking amazing.
Dude, when I used to do granite, we carried around. I installed granite for a couple of years, and we carried around jugs of denatured alcohol. That's what we used when we were done with the job. Get all the dust off, get all the, smudges, get everything off. It was kind of a cleaner, shiner, polisher all in one, but denatured alcohol, it is fucking just straight alcohol.
Oh, I'm very well aware.
That's the shit it gets on your skin and makes it just cold. It's almost like you can't figure out if it's cold or hot. You ever had that sensation?
If you look over at my stream. So this says thinner, but this is specifically for alcohol-based model paints. This is denatured alcohol.
Mm.
Does it also smell sweet to you, or is that just me?
Denatured alcohol?
Yeah.
Oh no, it does not smell sweet to me. Not personally. I you ever watch Demolition Ranch?
Oh yeah.
He was shooting different things that say that they're flammable. And there was one, I'm pretty sure it was alcohol. Cans of denatured alcohol, and he shot it. He's like, "Oh, well that didn't work." And then he sits there looking at it for a second, and he said, "Holy shit, never mind, the flame is clear." He's
Yep.
like, "I'm glad I didn't walk over there, because you could see in the air. It was on fire. It was just completely clear." And he's like, that's the situation when people are on fire and they don't know that they're on fire. I'm like, that's fucking wild. But being able to actually like see it, you see the, the flames basically, but it's completely clear. It's fucking wild. When I was a kid, I used to put alcohol like on my fingers and light them on fire. And when the alcohol burns off, it goes out. I wouldn't do it with denatured alcohol. You're talking much hotter.
It's funny, the lube used for the stabilizers, just your everyday dielectric grease.
Hey, easy enough.
Oh, bitch. So these are loops. Why are they asking me to loop them again?
Maybe they have tight backsides.
I am not worried about looping them again. I'm good. All right. I'll be back, everybody. I'm going to go wash my hands, try and get some of this lube off. I shall return. nice part about the bathroom literally being directly behind me.
Right, right. You get it all off the rectum.
Rectum damn near killed him.
That was nice and quick. I like that. You recovered quickly. I'm a fan. I'm gonna have to go to Orbalis soon. I need to catch some long winders. I need one to build one companion weapon. Oh, dude. Yeah, that feels much better with that little bit of, even that little bit of parkour. Much more mobile. God damn. Argon crystals are freaking hitting.
Dude, now that I don't need them for anything, I get so much fucking argon crystals.
Yeah, right? That's how it works. Yeah, I just had 13 a minute ago. I fed some to my helmet.
It's like the debt bond shit. The best farm for it, you have to fucking not need them anymore to use.
Debt bond.
Yeah, Profit Taker is the best debt bond farm in the game.
Oh, yeah. As crazy as this is gonna sound, I don't know how to kill Eidolons. Every time I've gone on an Eidolon hunt, it was, hey, you didn't have to laugh. Every time I've gone on Eidolon hunts, my job has been
Get the
keeping
lures.
all of getting the lures, keeping the lures alive, keeping everyone else alive. Because I typically would run like either Wisp or Trinity. Trinity's really good at keeping lures alive. Wisp is really good at uh, keeping other people alive. So as far as me taking down an Eidolon, I don't. I wouldn't be the guy for that. So like I have this Nightwave for the Hydralist. It's still there. Because the people I normally run Eidolons with, I haven't been playing much with.
Hey, you need an Eidolon run, just let me know.
And people keep saying, "Oh, well, I'll explain it," and then they never fucking explain it exactly what's going on. Like it's been a thing. Well, come with me and do the healing, and I'll explain what I'm doing, and they don't fucking explain what they're doing.
Well, you've heard me teaching shit before. That's not exactly my style.
Yeah. But I don't know if you've heard me say this or not, but I 100% believe it. You know, your MR, your LR does not mean that you are necessarily more knowledgeable or that you are better at the game. It simply means, and I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about in general, simply means you've leveled up stuff and you've
Oh yeah.
passed some tests. You know what I mean? Like, there's people that don't give a shit about MR that are fucking far better at this game than me. I just have invested a shit ton of time. But I think part of what I like about this game is how grindy it is. A lot of people don't like grindy games. I like grindy games, like running Relic searching for something.
Mm-hmm.
I fucking love that shit because every time you don't get it, it just makes it when it hits so much better. But I really like this game because, you know, I told you before I was a Raid Shadow Legends player. And with that, you know, you may spend money on the game and not get anything that progresses your account. And at least with this, anytime you spend any kind of money on the game or plat, it's going to be on something that progresses your game. You know, if you buy a, let's say the Prime, you know, the Prime pack, you're definitely getting the Prime. You're definitely getting what's in that pack. It's not, oh, well, you'll get some shards and, you know, is all you can do is consume people when you're dead.
Huh?
When you go down and you're trying to revive, you know, you go to your shadow form.
Oh, I don't know. I don't use the shadow at all. I have roar subsumed over that.
Well, no, I know, but when you go down, it automatically comes out. You know, kind of like a Naros has the punch people to revive.
Same with not knowing. I haven't gone down a Sevkov yet, so I haven't had to figure that one out yet.
Oh, my boy Soupy is getting on. Just invited me to a game. His sleep schedule's all fucked up. It is. His sleep schedule's fucking jacked right now. worried about him lately, though. All right, man. I'm about to have to dip out of Discord. I'm gonna keep your stream pulled up, and keep watching it, and I'll keep listening. But I need to go see what's going on with him. Okay, so you heard none of what I just said.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. I was saying I'm gonna have to dip out of Discord. I need to go see what's going on with him.
Yeah, you do what you need to do, man. I'm
but
just
I'm gonna keep-
vibing to chill hop.
Yeah, I gotcha. I'm gonna keep your stream pulled up though, because I do want to see this get built.
Alrighty.
All right, man. Take it easy. Have a good evening.
You too.
Later.
Alright. Son of a bitch. Be fair, it's gonna be easier to deal with than these fucking things.